There are many different companies with different roles that are needed during the process of film production, funding, and distributing. Without these, filmmakers will struggle to raise the funds and to get their films seen by the masses. The job of the production company is to turn their idea into the final product. They're in charge of raising funds, budgeting, and then at the end, pitching the idea in order to sell it to a studio so they can then distribute the film. For my film, the production company is Dragonfall Pictures. Dragonfall Pictures was used as a stop-motion technique. I created the dragon on Photoshop by using a design I found on the internet. This was the same for the font. Then, by taking screenshots of each time I moved the lettering in dragon, I used iMovie to put it all together. The music was used in order to connote the medieval feel of the dragon. If my film was to be produced by a real production company, it would likely be Warp Films, as they tend to produce independent films like my own. Dragonfall Pictures would produce films like Warp do, such as This Is England and Submarine, which are both social realism films that deliver similar issues to my own film. After the production company has finished its responsibilities, the film is then in the hands of the distribution company. The role of the distribution company in the process is to distribute or release the film into public cinemas. Ultimately, this is one of the most important stages, as without the cinema, the success of a film is likely to be low. The distribution company is also in charge of advertising. This includes anything from TV trailers to film posters, even to online Facebook advertisements. For Circus Pictures, my distribution company, I used a program called Cinema 4D, which was a specialist program used to make cinema titles. The program came with step-by-step instructions of how to easily create professional-looking titles, of which I selected for all the letters to fall into the centre of the screen collectively to have a juggling type of feel in order to represent the name of Circus Films. The clap sound effect was found on the program GarageBand, which I used to represent the audience of the circus. My film is more likely to be distributed by an independent distributor like Film 4, who distributed the film Submarine, than a mainstream one, such as 20th Century Fox, who distribute much larger and more expensive movies. As well as production and distribution, a film needs to be funded. Companies that fund films include the UK Film Council, who funded We Need to Talk About Kevin, BBC Films, who funded Fish Tank, and Film 4, who funded Four Lions. All the latter films are similar to mine, as they all contain aspects of the social realism genre. Therefore, any of these companies could potentially fund my film, specifically the UK Film Council, who only tend to fund British films like mine. The job titles I have named are what I have considered to be the most important, as well as what I have seen in other social realism films. The first title, A Westwood Production, shows the company who made the film, which is important to place first in order to place emphasis on the fact that they are probably an independent company. This is the same with the director and producer, as I feel that lower-key directors and producers who are relatively unknown long to be discovered, thus it's important to have their names feature in the title fairly near the start. Next shown is the writer. Not all films will show the writer, although many social realism films will. This is because films of the social realism genre tend to be more about the written plot than visual stunts and complex cinematography. The starring before the name of the actor shows that the actor plays a main character, and so it's important that his name features before any other actors or actresses. His name is then followed by other characters to show his importance.